manage to get a good job in here. And I was dealing with that. It felt really nasty. It felt like really I had to fight for something, and my guts were not in there. And interestingly enough, I got stuck in my life with personal stuff. So I started to ask my friends about any kind of therapy, anything they were doing, so it could help me get out of the loop, because I realized I was in a kind of loop and I couldn't get out of there. But it had nothing to do with the job or anything. It was really personal, with relationships. And one of my friends told me about this methodology called the Greenberg method. Okay, so I was like, that's interesting. I'm going to try that. So I started this process for myself. And in 1 year, I completely changed my life and completely got so many insights about how my body is reflecting everything I go through, how my body expresses my states. For example, if I'm shy, my body will go into the shy mode. And so the fight started to be not so much in my mind, which was very difficult. I feel stressed, I feel shy, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to fight it. But once you go in the body and you see how your shoulders contract, how your belly is like this, how your side becomes like this, then you can do something. You can open your shoulders, you can relax your belly, you can allow the flow in your body, you can open your side, and then you just get out of there. So it becomes really much more simple and more physical in that way, touchable. So it's really interesting. After a year of process, I decided to start the training, but it was not like clear for me. I was a translator. I did 8 years of university. So you don't decide to go somewhere else when you've been for so long studying and like gone so far. I did a master's degree and everything. So it took me some time to realize that I was not going to work with that I was going to completely change my career. So the interesting thing is, when I went through the studies of the Greenberg method, it was 4 years, very, very intense and very demanding. I suddenly found myself in a very different place. Again, which I promised I wouldn't do ever again, but I did. And I found myself with a level of stress that was very different. Why? Because I was invested in what I was doing. This time I was doing something that was putting myself out there, that was really touching what I really wanted and somehow what I was meant to do. So it was a much deeper stress. It's like when you're doing something you can do, you're good at, and more or less, then there's like a separation. There's like you're not deeply invested in it. And when I found myself in the Greenberg method studies, it was a total different thing. And there I can tell you I went through everything. And just so you have an idea, I became a practitioner when I was in second year. So I was fully invested. Something in me, without being really conscious about it, I was really unconscious before, something inside of me, inside my guts, no matter what I had to face, I was going to face it. And I had this, how do you say, when you really go, I was just like going straight there. No matter what I had to go through, I would go through. And if I failed an exam, I would find what I was not good at, and I would put myself in there. For example, we do food analysis, and I was really not good at it. It was really, for me, very difficult, and it put me in a not nice position. What did I do? I called everybody I knew and I said, I'm giving free food analysis. And I gave like so many food analysis. So I would do anything that would take to move forward in this. And putting myself out there in the vulnerability of not managing, of not doing well, of failing and everything. So in this sense, I just wanted to point this out so that you realize that you can just today bring into your attention the capacity to make the difference between the outside stress of daily life, the pressure that is being put on you, of things that you don't really care about so much, and the stress that comes for things that you really care about. It's like even with people, with friendship, you know people that they're not the people you really appreciate most. If these people don't like you or reject you, you do feel something. But it's very different with people that you're really close to. You really feel something deeper. So that is mainly the difference. And I would say we have a limited amount of energy and attention. And one of the things that I am learning and learned but still learning is to manage to put your attention in what is worth it. And I take back Neil's workshop when he talked about the focus. So everything that sometimes we find ourselves wasting our energy in things we don't, and not really the main thing. So even if you're not clear about your purpose in life, which is a big word, and everybody's looking for my life purpose and everything, and I don't find it and they found it, they're so lucky. That's okay. You don't have to find it. I didn't know what my life purpose. I couldn't say it in one sentence, but I do have the sense of it, and it's really clear. So now with my energy and attention, I know when I'm not putting it there, there's no point. So more and more you go, you can sense, okay, this is not a place where I want to put my energy and attention. Like, this is not people where I want to put my energy and attention, and start making the difference, because then is when you become more powerful and you can move forward much faster and much more like sharp. Okay, so that's what happened when I started the Grimberg method. I became really sharp because it was so demanding. I had to find ways. I had to. And to give you an idea from my class, when we were in the start of third year, there was a big crisis, and the whole Grimberg method had a huge crisis I won't go into. But let's say that even that helped me to make my own choice. And this is something also I would like to bring to your attention: the importance of taking responsibility in your life, the importance of fighting for what you believe in and what you want and what you need. And this is what I had to do. I had this mainstream studies, translation in Switzerland, like the best school in Europe and everything. And I had to change completely my life and to defend, not in a like a way that I had to, but I have to believe in myself, believe in my choice, and move through it with the look of everybody like, what are you doing? Like, you just studied this amazing school and you have this amazing diploma and you could do this and you could do that and you could earn that much, and you're just going to do this stupid therapy. And I was like, yes, but not because I believed it in my mind, because I couldn't explain to them. I couldn't say yes, because I'm going to do this and I'm going to earn this much. I didn't know, but my guts were so clear. I could only follow them and trust that this is my path, no matter where it brings me. And that is something that you need to take into account, that even if your purpose is not super clear, like a one thing, I'm going to be a musician, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, when you got this gut feeling, there is all your power is awakened. And then you can move forward to your own path. And it's really your own. Some people are great at many things and they are amazing. Some people are good at one thing. So that is your own call. And in this workshop, what I'm going to do is to help you with some tools to get connected to this place, this state of being where you can connect to your guts, connect to yourself, connect to, because I would say that's the most difficult thing. Your mind, and your mind means also society and everything, will be bringing other information. So from you comes, this is me and this is what I want and this is what I need. And from the outside and from your own mind, because you already learned a lot of things that are not yours, there will be different information coming. You shouldn't be doing that. That's a stupid thing to do. You won't manage, and so on and so forth. So both of them will be fighting. So the aim here is to bring this one, so you, much more clear. So to be able to connect to this one. And I will be calling this go to your center. That's how I'll be calling it. It's very much used, like going to your center. Some people use it a lot, and it's sometimes not well used, but still, going to your center means going back to who you are. For example, you are so excited, you have something you're going to do, I don't know, you have a theater play and you're going to do this. And for example, like me, I'm doing this amazing therapy that I really love, that I changed my life, and I'm so clear about it, and I'm so excited, and it means the world to me. And I suddenly talk to somebody and they come to me and they go like, oh yeah, another of those stupid therapists, and and they just put it down. I have two options. Either I lose my center and they manage to make me tremble, and I lose confidence, I lose the excitement, I lose the clarity, and I lose all of those things. Or I might get a bit shaken, but then go back to my center and then connect again. Is this what I really want? Or is this input of the other person is bringing me out for a reason? So always, like they say, also check in with yourself. But to check in with yourself, you need to be connected to yourself, which is something we are not so much, I have realized. Okay, so this workshop is mainly about that, giving you tools to be able to go back to your center and to connect to yourself. And this takes us to resilience. Resilience, which is mainly the capacity to be, I would put it in this context, like resilience of a textile will be the capacity to stretch it and then it goes back to its shape, right? That's what resilience means. Same with you. The capacity that the world, life, triggers, people, experiences, your past, your traumas, that everything will do this to you in all senses. Your resilience is your capacity to go back to your center no matter what. And so today I'm going to give you tools for let's say building up this capacity that we all have. Okay, so use them as much as you want. Okay, so we're gonna start. Okay, I don't know if you have any question. I just talked for so long, it feels like forever. Anybody has a question? No, so far so good. Okay, so we're gonna get connected to the body, because I would like that the rest of the workshop will be really practical. And we're gonna start with a breathing exercise. For building up resilience, I thought of three main subjects or qualities that we want to address so that you can have them in your toolbox. It's all about toolbox. And I think all of this program is giving you a huge, and it's going to give you, because it just started, a huge toolbox. And it's about filling it in and then using whatever moments in your life and whatever times you're going through, use those tools as you need them. Sometimes you need time management tools, then you go in and take them. Sometimes you need stress management tools, and whatever you need. So in this toolbox, I thought of three subjects. One is breathing, which is very simple. And hopefully, if only today you could get to have just an idea of how powerful breathing is, I would be happy. I would feel satisfied with this workshop. Also, we're going to go through relaxation, which also we have an idea of relaxation that is totally different from what it really is. And I would like if today also you can connect to what relaxation really means and why it's so important, because we put it aside, we give it a second place in our lives, or we confuse relaxation with other things. So I would love that today also you get a clear idea of what it really means. And when I say relaxation, I connect it also with silence, because we need to really clear our mind to really relax. And then finally, we're going to work on connecting. And connecting is very important also in the sense that if I am in my center, not only I connect to myself, my needs and who I am and what I want, and that's a matter of the moment. It's not like I connect forever. I have to be constantly connecting because I'm constantly moving and everything is. So connecting to yourself, definitely, but also connecting to your environment. And that only can happen when you're connected to yourself. Otherwise, you get lost. Okay? So that's the 3 subjects we're going to go through. And in the PDF, you have videos and tools that you can use. But whatever is not there, you can either write it down next to it, whatever I'm going to bring in that is new, or if you have any subject or anything that you would like to deepen or have more tools, more exercises, or know more about it, I'm happy that you write to me. We can send my email and I can send you much more information about any of those subjects, okay? So let's go with the breathing. Now you can take a seat, comfortable seat. It would be, I'm not sure if everybody's here. We have, yeah, there you go. Just a comfortable, wherever you're sitting, that you're sitting straight, that you can have your feet on the floor. That's important. Feet on the floor, back straight. You can close your eyes. I'll be guiding you with my voice. Your arms can be either on your lap or they can be hanging to the sides. Fantastic.
Tao, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Did we want to show this video now? Because I'm going to take it off the screen.
No, don't worry. So after this exercise, we're going to show the video.
Oh, okay. I'll leave it on the screen then for now. And
yeah,
then,
perfect.
Okay,
Thank
perfect.
you.
Okay.
Yeah. This is just 5 minutes exercise. And we're going to enlarge our breathing capacity. So first, now that you're sitting and with your feet on the floor and feeling your butt on the chair, you want to take 3 full breaths. You can breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. When you breathe in, you want to make space to expand. And when you breathe out, you want to release, let go. Let go your weight on the chair and on the floor. And before we start, I would like that you check in with yourself. What does it mean to check in? It means I ask myself, I ask my body, how am I feeling? How am I feeling in an emotional state of being? Am I feeling bored? Am I feeling anxious? Am I feeling like I want to be after this moment? Am I feeling distracted? How is my level of relaxation? Am I tense? And we're not judging here. We're just checking in. This is very important. I'm just checking, observing. Nothing is good, nothing is bad. I'm just checking and I'm being very honest. Am I relaxed? Am I tense? Am I shrinking? Am I tired? Am I heavy? How is my body? And I continue breathing in through the nose, expanding, breathing out through the mouth, releasing. Now I'm checking it with my mind. How is my mind? Am I clear? Am I having a lot of different thoughts coming in and out? Am I focused? Am I thinking of what's going to happen next or tomorrow? Am I remembering something that happened yesterday? Am I busy with the subject? Am I having obsessive way of thinking? How is my mind? And finally, checking in, how am I feeling towards my environment? So you can breathe, pay attention around you, and notice how connected you are to around you, to the room, to the air that surrounds you, to the chair you're sitting on. Just notice, because I would like that you feel the difference after the exercise. So now you have this, you've been through checking in with how you're feeling emotionally, physically, in your mind, and with the environment. You're going to start breathing to the upper part of your chest, okay? So notice your lungs are like two big bags. Just feel them like two big bags that fill in with the air, okay? So when they fill in, that you want them to fill in the upper part. So you breathe in really strong to the upper part of your lungs, and then every inhale goes up, up, up. Every exhale, you release, and every inhale goes as far up as possible. You want to create space in the upper part of your lungs. Put all of your attention in bringing the air to the upper part of your lungs. Wonderful. Now you can feel the difference in that upper part of your body. Relaxing your jaw, relaxing your shoulders every time you exhale. Now bring your breath to the lower part of your lungs. Feel the bags and feel them in the lowest part. Breathe down to the lowest part of the bags. Fill them in with air, with attention. Let the lowest part of your lungs expand with your breath. Many times we hold a lot of emotions in this area, in the diaphragm. So you allow this area to expand, and any sensation that wants to come, it's very welcome. If some sound comes, let it come. Breathe fully, fully, fully to the lower part of your lungs. Maybe you feel a little bit dizzy, that's also fine. We're not used to breathe fully. And now bring your breath to the right side of your lungs. Breathe to the right side of your lungs. Send the air to the right side of your lungs. Expanding to the right. Wonderful. That's great. And continue breathing to the right side of your lungs. Now breathe to the left side of your lungs. Breathe fully to the left side. Filling in all the left part of the bags. You're letting your lungs expand to the left side of your lungs. Expand, gain space. Every time you exhale, You relax a little bit more your pelvis, your shoulders, your eyes, your neck. And you breathe really full to the left for the last time. And now we're going to bring the breath to the back part of the lungs. So you breathe backwards. Very big. Expanding your back. Let the bags filling with air and space in the back part. Feeling dizzy, it's totally fine. You're sitting, you won't fall down, so don't worry about it. Continue breathing super big, super big. Any sensation of shaking, movement inside of your body is very welcome. You can relax with it and allow it. Now that I'm breathing, I'm feeling all the excitement of the workshop flowing through my body. And it feels great to let it free and not be holding it in. So you allow any flow or movement. And now start breathing to the front part of your chest, of your lungs. You're filling your front with air and space. You can feel your chest and your ribs moving when you inhale. You want to become big and wide in the front part of your body. Bring all the capacity you have to breathe. Expand and grow in the inhale. Relax in the exhale. Wonderful, and breathe to the front. Feel the difference of how it feels your chest and the front of your body. Now you did great. You did really good. You can already feel the difference in your body and the difference in your breath. We're going to breathe in all 6 directions at the same time. So you keep your eyes closed and you're feeling your breath going to the front and to the back and to the right and the left and down and up at the same time. Notice how does it feel to breathe like this. If at any time you need to stretch your body or do any movement, please do so. Ah, wonderful. Now you can allow, exactly, stretch if you need. Usually when we breathe, our body expands and needs us to move or to change position or something, and we allow it to do so. Now you can bring your breath to normal, to whatever normal is right now. Feel your body, feel your feet, feel your flesh, feel your bones, feel your skin. Feel all the space around you. And now we're going to check in again. How do I feel emotionally? Do I feel different in any way? How do I feel in the level of relaxation in my body or the level of energy in my body? Is my energy higher? Is my energy lower? Do I feel more tired, less tired? Do I feel more heavy or do I feel lighter? Or maybe I feel both at the same time. I feel heavier and lighter at the same time. That's totally fine for the body, can understand that. Even if for the mind is contradictory, it's definitely not for the body. How is my mind? Is my mind calmer? Is my mind clearer? Is my mind maybe more busy? That's totally fine. We're not looking for a specific outcome. We're just checking in with what is, honestly and humbly. And how is my connection to my surroundings? How do I experience the room now? How do I experience this space around me now? Great. So you can open your eyes after you checked in, and I would love a feedback from somebody, even if it's just telling me something that shifted, something that might seem small or something. How did it feel to breathe? Was it difficult, easy? I cannot hear you, Jess.
I'm wondering, does anyone want to say anything? I have something to say, but I'd love for somebody else to go first. I got emotional again.
Yes.
It makes me. I felt this. I was very stressed today. I was so stressed. I have to say I'm actually crying because that breathing brought this. I'm gonna cry. Like just such a connection, and you forget when you're so stressed, and stretched. Sometimes like you completely ignore your body. Like I won't eat, I won't drink. I'll sit for hours doing what I'm doing, and just now to take however long we did just to breathe, like it reconnected me, and it just was really nice to reconnect. And then I just felt this electrical sensation of like not being stressed for that beautiful time. So thank you. I'm just so
Thank
much.
you, Jess. Yeah, thank you so much. That's exactly what I meant. We are constantly busy. That makes that all this crying that comes is simply the energy that was stuck in your body that comes out. It sometimes comes out through shaking, sometimes through laughing. I do a lot of laughing. It comes out through shivering. It comes out through crying. So there's no, as I say, no judgment. It's just finally this energy that was stuck inside. It can flow through you, and then whoop, you're more here and you're released from that inside. So it's awesome. I'm really happy you that quickly, but you do have the experience too.
Yeah, that does. I'd love to hear from someone else. I'd love to hear someone else's feedback.
Can I go?
Of course, Edda.
Basically, I was so stressed this whole week because I had like 2 tests this week. I had one on Tuesday and I had one this morning. And honestly, it felt like my mind was so like clumped up with everything. I'm like, oh my God, how's the next test gonna be? You know, I was like, just so much was going on in my head. And to focus just on my breathing, it like my mind just came to ease, you know, and everything was like, it's gonna be okay when I started breathing. So it felt very nice just for my mind to like have that moment, and everything felt like it spread, you know, it wasn't just clumped up in one area now. And I felt like, you know, I just felt like things were gonna be okay and it was all gonna be fine.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for this feedback. Thank you so much because you just brought this. I'm just having these goosebumps because that's all I wanted to bring. If it's just a little bit, that you realize how much we're going to talk about it when we talk about relaxation, how much for relaxing and resting goes together. It's not so much about sleeping, it's more about having those moments of silence. We're constantly in our minds. When we go down to the body, we can rest. And even 5 minutes of this rest is helping you. And we are talking about resilience. That's why I talked about it. Without this, our bodies and our minds cannot recover. And without recovering, it's impossible to go on for a long time. We get burnout, we get anxiety, we get many problems like eating issues or drinking or smoking or anything. We just have to find something to deal with it. So if we manage to just give ourselves these small moments. So you talked about this, and there's something so important too. Thank you so much. But trust. That trust, we're always looking for trust outside or in our minds. You could have, in the state you were in, like so much going on in your head, you were losing your center. You didn't know. So that feels really, you lose confidence, you lose trust, you lose contact. So when you have been breathing now, you just went back to your center. And when we're there, you find trust, which is not about convincing yourself that everything's going to be fine. Because as you expressed so well, you didn't have to tell yourself on top of all that talking, it's okay, it's going to be okay, it's going to. That's like, I want to kill myself when I hear this, because I'm like, you're bringing more stress to trying to even convince yourself that it's going to be okay. You just have to go down to the body. And because trust is a state of being that is natural for human beings, even if we lost it so much, when you go back to your body, back to your center, everything's fine down there. Even if I have exams, because if I fail, it's because I had to fail, and I will find something else out. I will manage next time, or whatever. There is a sense of deep trust that we can find. And I'm so happy you brought it up, because that's an important thing that is difficult to explain to people, how trust is not about, it's not in the mind. Okay, so thank you for that. Does anybody else want to share something? Okay, so if later on there's something that comes up, of course you can interrupt me and share whatever comes, or you remember something. So we're gonna go to the video. So now we had this experience and we are more physical into this workshop, which is what I wanted, because I want you to get the information in, not only through your mind, but also like as a body. So we can go to the video. So this guy is much better than me to tell about the technical stuff. I'm more a practical person. So we can go for it.
And would you just be able to press play? Is it on the YouTube screen?
Should I make it a big screen?
Yeah, you can make a big screen if you don't mind.
Sorry, I'll disappear to go to the bathroom just for 2 minutes during the video. We do have physical needs too.
That's great. That's great. And you can press play whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Oh, can you unmute it? I pressed mute before.
Exercise could boost your digestion, lower your heart rate, lower your cortisol levels.
Let me
start it again. Yeah, I think we missed a few seconds. That was all me.
So what if I told you that there was an exercise that was so powerful that it could change the pH of your blood? It could make it more acid or more alkaline in minutes. What if the same exercise could boost your digestion, lower your heart rate, lower your cortisol levels, and help you go to sleep at night? What if the same exercise practiced in extreme fashion could create LSD-like experiences, out-of-body experiences? This exercise I'm talking about is something you're doing right now without even thinking about it. My name is Lucas Rockwood. As Jose mentioned, I'm a yoga teacher. And what I'm talking about here are breathing exercises. And breathing exercises done correctly, done safely, are one of the most powerful ways to control your mind and your body, your nervous system, your endocrine system. But if you practice them recklessly, they can cause a whole bunch of problems. You can black out, you can screw up your digestion, you can have anxiety attacks as well. Now, breathing for most of us is something that's just totally automatic. In fact, it's controlled by our autonomic nervous system. It happens all by itself. For example, you're crossing the street and a car swerves into your crosswalk and almost hits you. My question to you is, what do? Do you inhale or do you exhale? You inhale, you cover your heart, you cover your crotch, and you get out of the way, right? Fight or flight. It's a sympathetic nervous system response. Now, many people, in fact, many of you, are breathing this way, as if you're about to be hit by a car, all day long. Now, imagine what that does to your mind and your body and your life. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, let's imagine that you're out on a romantic date with that special someone. And after dinner, she leans over and whispers those 3 magic words. She says, "I love you." right? What do? Do you inhale or do you exhale? You exhale. You open your heart, you open your eyes, you right? Parasympathetic nervous system response. Now, here's the sad thing. Many people, in fact, many of you in this room, you haven't felt that, you haven't breathed that way in a really, really long time. Imagine what that does to your mind and your body and your life. Just as a little side note here, if the last time you fell in love, you inhaled and covered your heart, I have some bad news for you, my friend. Run, right? I'm sharing with you these examples tonight because it's important that you realize you already understand the autonomic part, the automatic part, right? Inhale fear, exhale love, inhale excited, exhale peace. You understand that part. What you probably don't understand is you can override that part, meaning you can take control over your nervous system. And that's what I'd like to share with you this evening with three simple concepts: water, whiskey, and coffee. Water breathing, whiskey breathing, and coffee breathing. So water breathing, as the name suggests, just like water, it's always good, right? Early morning, late at night, feeling stressed, not whatever. Water is always a good option. It's your go-to practice. Come back to it again and again, but it has to be trained. You're not doing it now. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, whiskey breathing, as the name suggests, a little bit of whiskey now and then, no problem, right? You fall asleep, no big deal. But if you overuse it too much, too often, you'll get sick, you'll get groggy, all kinds of health problems. Same thing with whiskey breath. We primarily use it as a sleeping aid. Last but not least, we have coffee breathing. And again, as the name suggests, a little bit of coffee once in a while, no problem, right? You have a long drive, you need to stay up, you have jet lag, you need to overcome it. A little bit of coffee, no big deal. If you overuse it all the time, you can completely screw up your digestion. You can have overwhelming anxiety, you get that kind of wired but tired feeling that none of us are looking for. So these are the three practices I'd like to share with you today, but let's set aside the theory for a moment. And if you'd be so kind, we'll jump right into some practices, which hopefully will allow you to actually feel those in your body. And then we'll step back to the theory. So if I could, I'd ask you to sit back in your chair, place your hands on your legs, relax your face, relax your shoulders, and close your eyes. We'll start with water breathing. It's a very simple practice. It's a 4-4 count. You inhale to the count of 4, you exhale to the count of 4. Don't worry, you don't have to count, I'll count for you. So you relax, your eyes are closed, your face is relaxed, and off we go. Inhale through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now exhale through your nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now exhale through your nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. You keep breathing. I'll explain what's going on here. This balanced breathing, the most important thing is the rate. We're at 4 to 6 breaths per minute. It's about half your normal rate. So we've taken your rate that you walked in off the street, we chopped it in half. We're at 4 to 6 breaths per minute. And this is where we get that balancing effect on your nervous system. If you're up, it'll bring you down. If you're down, it'll bring you up. Really, really powerful. This is our go-to practice. I'm telling you, you're not good at this. You have to practice this again and again, just like water. Many of you are carrying a water bottle with you this evening. You want to carry this practice with you as well. Next, let's take a look at whiskey breathing. Now, whiskey breathing, as we mentioned, we use it with care, primarily to fall asleep, but let's do it as an exercise tonight. Same position, relax in your chair. I can see you're enjoying this. Hands are on your lap, relax your shoulders, relax your face. Exactly the same as last time. We're breathing in and out through our nose. The only difference is this time we'll inhale to the count of 4, and on the way out, we'll double it. We'll go to the count of 8. I'll do the counting, you do the breathing. Relaxed body, here we go. Inhale through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You keep breathing. I'll explain what's going on. After 10 rounds of this whiskey breathing, your heart rate slows. You can measure it. It's really easy. Your heart rate drops, your blood pressure drops, and we stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system. That's your rest and digest, your fall in love, your peace and relaxation side of your nervous system. And that gets stimulated. That's a big, long explanation. Basically, you get really tired, you can fall asleep, right? So whiskey breathing is very, very useful, but we want to use it with care at the appropriate time. We'll practice one more this evening. It's coffee breathing. This is the one people get most excited about, but we use it the most sparingly. Coffee breathing is very different than the other two practices. To do it, we focus just on the exhale, and we don't worry about inhale at all. We just push the air out, and it looks and feels just like a sneeze. I'll show you what it looks like. Hey, why are you laughing? So we exhale through our nose, make sharp shooting breaths. You do your best to try not to move your face, your shoulders, your chest. Try to make all the energy happen from down here in your lower abdomen. It's an unusual way to breathe. Remember, we don't inhale, we just exhale. We'll do 20 rounds together. I'll count you down. Close your eyes so you don't look so funny. Body's relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. 3, 2, 1. We exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes are closed, body's relaxed, breath is normal. Eyes are closed, body's relaxed, breath is normal. Some of you weren't participating. Let's try again this time. Shoulders are relaxed, chest is relaxed. Again, it's a sneeze. It feels like a sneeze. Just remember, forget about the inhale, just exhale. 3, 2, 1. We exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes are closed, body's relaxed, breath is normal. Try to keep your face still this time, shoulders still. All the work's happening in your lower abdomen. It's a funny way to breathe. We'll do one more time. 3, 2, 1. We exhale, 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 exhale. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes closed, body relaxed. Let me explain this practice to you. This fast, rapid breath, it stimulates your sympathetic nervous system. This is your fight or flight response. This is the clean the house and answer emails nervous system response that we're looking for. We want to use this very, very sparingly. If you do it too much, too often, you can get really agitated. But what we're doing here is cranking up our body, and we want to use it with care. So what we've just done here, water, whiskey, and coffee, the technical name for this is a yoga speedball, right? We basically mixed all of these things together. You wouldn't normally do this. We did this for the sake of learning. In our normal life, in our everyday life, we'd break these three practices up, and we'd do them at different times, at appropriate times of the day. So when is the appropriate time? Let's break it down. Water breathing, like the name suggests, always good. Anytime you need balance in your life, come back to water breathing. It's 4 on the way in, it's 4 on the way out. Stressful day at the office, hectic commute, whatever it is, you sit down, you take 10 breaths, count 4 on the way in, 4 on the way out. And again, it's just like taking a sip of water. When we look at whiskey breathing, primarily, let's just think about this as a put me to sleep without alcohol or pills, right? This is how we'll use this. You come home from work and you're agitated, your phone's lighting up with notifications, your head's buzzing. I'd like you to lie down in bed, count, inhale for that 4 count, and exhale for that 8 count. Inhale for that 4 count, and exhale for that 8 count. You can do that for 10 rounds, or just keep going until you fall asleep. That works really well as well. Last but not least is coffee breathing. This is the one you get most excited about. I need to throttle this. You got to be really careful with this one. Use it sparingly. Here's your prescription. 3 rounds of 20 in the morning, 3 rounds of 20 right before exercise, right? Sympathetic nervous system response, get cranked up to start moving, and 3 rounds of 20 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when normally you'll reach for a sugary snack. When we look at health and wellness, there's so many different things we can optimize for, right? There's diet, and there's movement, and there's sleep optimization. All of that stuff is wonderful, but none of that stuff is as powerful or as immediate as breathing. Remember when you were born, when you came into this world, you probably don't remember, but when you were born, when you came into this world, the very first thing that you did was you inhaled, right? And when you leave us, when you die, if you die peacefully, you will die on an exhale, right? And between that first breath and that last breath, what most of us do is our nervous system just gets bounced around, bang back and forth. We're responding to our environment on autopilot all day long. So my challenge to you, my question for you is, how could the quality of your life improve if you stopped being on autopilot and started taking control of your mind and your body and your nervous system using these 3 simple practices we've done today: water, whiskey, and coffee. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Jess.
You know what, Edit, you can stop sharing screen, I think, if you don't mind. And then we'll just put. Do you know how? I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit. I'm going to edit this out of the video, that's for sure. Talk a few options. So perfect.
Awesome.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Tal.
Great. I hope you like the video. It's in the PDF that you received, so you can go anytime. There are millions, tons of guided breathings, and anytime you feel like, you just type on YouTube breathing exercise, breathing meditation, anything, and you can just go for it. I have another one. If you type, I have a YouTube channel which only has this one video, no, 2 videos. But you have this breathing exercise we did to breathe in the 6 directions. I have an audio guide in YouTube. So you type Tahona Santana, YouTube, and you can find it. Just one little thing more about breathing, because it's taking much longer than I thought. We're already 1 hour and I still have a few things to do, but that's okay. One little thing I want to say that I don't agree with this guy is, he's like, you have to be careful. I would say, don't be careful. Don't be careful. Play around with breathing. The most you can get is dizzy or something like that, or a lot of energy flowing in your body and getting pins and needles in your hands. That's okay. We're often too afraid of physical sensations, of emotions, of feeling something. So that's why we don't breathe much. Like this, we don't feel much. But then we are not much. So I would say, don't be careful. Don't be careful. Don't shrink. Play around. Breathe as much as you want to. Use this for 1 hour and you will experience for yourself what it does to yourself. Maybe you just go like, oh, but that's it. You will recover. There's nothing wrong about it. So I'm encouraging you to play with breathing, to find your ways, and to, just discover what is fun for you, what is good for you. Some people do these exciting breathings. I use them to go to sleep. It helps me. Sometimes when you have a lot of energy, it helps to do something like really strong to go into relaxation. That's what works for me. So don't get anybody's to tell you what things do to you, because it's like exercise is, some people, they get them going, and for some people it relaxes them. So find your ways. Okay, great. Very happy about this breathing. I hope it goes through. I have in the PDF, you have another video that speaks about breathing really, really well. I'd love that you can watch it at home. It's the first video. The second video in the PDF about breathing is the one we just watched. So you have it there. And the third one is the one I want to challenge you. It's only 10 minutes, and it's this crazy Dutch guy who does these crazy trainings about breathing. His name is Wim Hof. Maybe you heard about him. So you have this very simple 11 minutes breathing. I'm doing it like every day now. I challenge you to check in with yourself like we did before. Do this breathing of Wim Hof, the third one in the PDF, and then check in again with yourself. And if you would be like motivated, I would love to get the feedback, just like I felt more energized. I felt more relaxed. It was really difficult to not breathe or whatever. It would be amazing to get just a little feedback or big feedback, whatever you want from this. So that would be like my homework to you, if I dare. And
sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say, we've been doing Wim Hof the last couple classes. We start with Wim Hof.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started. We just did
Oh,
2 classes with it, but we do it before to get them started. So
great, great, great. Then this will just add
that's
to it.
exciting.
It's so
Exactly.
simple, so powerful. It gets people like going into the cold, and so it shows how it changes your body, right? Awesome. So you're introduced to it. Fantastic. Okay, let's go into relaxation. I'm gonna be quick because I want you more to experience than to have information. Relaxation, I just want to say that we often confuse relaxation with distraction, which is normal because we need to stop our mind sometimes. So we watch TV, we watch YouTube videos, we eat something, we go and talk to people so we can have a little break from this craziness. So what I'm talking about here is not about distraction, it's about true relaxation and true rest. And as I said before, the importance of it for resilience. You need to recover, your body and your mind needs to recover, because all this crazy thinking gets us to burn ourselves up. So you absolutely need to rest and recover if you want to be resilient. Like, you might love your job like I do, but you absolutely need to have moments, times where you have deep rest, not watching TV or doing something that distracts you and feels as if I'm resting. Sleeping definitely is not always resting, so that you know. Maybe this is new information, but sleeping is sometimes not enough. So taking 10, 15 minutes a day for deep resting is, I would say, like minimum for your cells to recover, for your body to get to a space where it can recover again, okay? And keep on going with full energy. That's the whole importance of it. And if you do sports, you know about that, right? Okay, so we have two things here. There is a very, very simple practice that is proven to be super effective for relaxation. And this is for the body. So we're going to see relaxation in body and mind. For body relaxation, the fact of contracting a muscle, if the muscle is contracted to this level, so it's tense, but not too much. That's how I hold my body all day. If I increase the level of tension of the muscle, when I drop this tension, it will drop below the level of tension that it was before. Okay, so this happens naturally. You don't need to do anything extra. You simply contract the muscle, and when you stop contracting, it will go below where it was in terms of tension. So we're going to do this very, very small practice, really quick, but that you get an idea of what it means. So for doing this, you want to be either lying down or sitting down, and be surprised of what can happen when you do this. The level of physical relaxation you can get, it can be really surprising. So we're going to sit or lie down, whatever you prefer. Sitting would be enough. And we're going to close our eyes. Now you always breathe 3 full breaths, whether you want to breathe through your nose or your mouth, whatever you want, but just 3 full big breaths. And we're going to start contracting our shoulders. So you pay attention to your shoulders and you start contracting them whatever way you want. They just want to become tight. Tighten your shoulders progressively until you get to maximum contraction. And when you get to maximum contraction, keep it there really strong, real strong. Tighten your shoulders more. And you try to relax the rest of the body and keep only your shoulders contracted as much as you can, of course. And let go of your shoulders. Breathe fully, relax. Let go of all the tension and feel your shoulders. Breathe and relax. Feel your shoulders. Now pay attention to your belly. And you're going to contract your belly. You want to tighten your belly progressively until maximum contraction. Contract your belly, tighten it more, more, more. Keep it tight, don't let go, keep it tight. And you're going to keep it minimum for 30 seconds when you do this at home, okay? You need to keep it tight long enough so that the relaxation can happen afterwards. And now let go of your belly, relax your belly, breathe to your belly, allow space into your belly. Let go of all the tension you created. Feel your belly. Now pay attention to your legs, and you're going to contract your legs. Simply tighten your legs as much as you can in whatever position you are. And you tighten your legs. Tighten your legs, tighten your legs. We're keeping this tension in maximum tension. The more you tense, the more it relaxes. So tense and now let go. Relax your legs, breathe fully, feel your legs. If there's any shaking that happens, allow it. Allow the weight of your body to go down. Allow gravity to win. No resistance to gravity. And now feel your butt. So you're going to contract your butt and really tighten it as much as you can. Really tiny, tiny, tiny butt. And contract it as much as you can. Try to relax the rest of the body. Keep the butt tight as much as you can. And let go of it. Breathe fully. Relax your sphincters. Relax your butt. Relax your lower belly. Feel your butt muscles relaxing and breathe. Wonderful, wonderful. And now you're going to contract your neck, so your neck becomes super tight. And with your neck, also your jaw, clench your teeth and contract your neck. And you become really tight there. Bring it to maximum contraction and keep it maximum. All your energy and attention is there to contract your neck and clench your teeth. Now let go of the tension. Breathe fully. Take at least one breath through the mouth to make sure your throat is open. Your jaw is softened. The tube of your throat is really wide and your neck is soft. And now contract your forehead and your eyes, okay? So really like you're angry or super concentrated and really strongly tightening your eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead. Small, 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 super tight. Try to relax the rest of the body, keeping your eyes tight. And let go of the eyes. Relax your forehead. Allow the flow to go to your skull. When you breathe in, you relax even more and bring space into the upper part of your skull. And your eyes can relax. They don't need to focus. They can be super unfocused, relaxed. And now contract your hands. Your hands, you make fists, and you contract your hands. Strong fists, almost like you want to kill somebody, and your fists are ready like iron, and you go for it. You bring all your energy is invested in your fists. And now let go of your fist, open your hands, relax your hands, breathe. Feel your hands, feel the energy that is flowing now in your hands. They feel different. They are more present also. You feel more your hands. Suddenly you have hands. That can be really helpful. Now feel all of your body. Allow the weight of your body to be held by gravity. Take a full breath all around, in your belly, in your chest. And you can open your eyes. Notice the level of relaxation in your body now. Notice what happens. Even I got more relaxed. You can hear my voice, how it goes lower and lower. That's simply what happens. And I didn't even do the exercise. I would be melting if I did. Great. So this is the most simple way. Yeah, exactly. Then after maybe your body asks you to yawn and to stretch, you really do it. You really allow it because, you know, it needs to reshape itself and become freer. So always allow yourself that. What your body asks, he is the boss. So whatever he asks for, you do it. No asking. Great. So this is a set you can do super short, like 5 minutes. You can do 10 minutes, more or less that. And you want to write for yourself the areas that you're going to contract and relax. So for example, 5 areas. I usually have tension in my shoulders, so I'm going to contract my shoulders, my lower back, my hands, my arms, anything, my face all together. So you write down 5 areas and then you do all of them, whatever you choose. This is really fantastic. And you can contract for 30 seconds minimum, but you can also keep it longer to 1 minute. Contract and keep it and breathe so you have energy to contract. Then let go at once. And then take same time to breathe and relax. So 30 seconds contract, let go at once, 30 seconds release and breathe. Simple, very efficient. Anybody has a feedback of how much the level of relaxation has shifted in the body? Everybody's muted, but
Anna, do you have anything you want to share?
Yeah, when we started off with the shoulders, that was like a big part for me because I sit in class for so long and I'm always like kind of like slumped, you know, and it's hard to really sit straight for 3 hours. So my shoulders like carry a lot of that impact on. So when we started off with that, it kind of just gave me the relaxation in my body. And I was like, so, you know, happy to do the rest of it because I'm like, oh my God, that felt so good, you know? And then, so yeah, that was a very good feeling. That felt very
awesome.
good.
Thank you. So definitely the shoulders for you and for most of us is great. Thank you. Yeah.
Let me see. Bishara, do you have anything? How did that make you feel?
Cheryl.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I felt a little bit like better because I'm really like a lot of under stress today and yesterday. I have so much tests and assignments to do. I'm currently working one. I have a presentation to record after this. So like I said, the shoulder thing, I don't know what like that really helped. It felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders, and like the breathing in and out, it really like calmed my nerves. Because while I'm writing this assignment, like my hands are shaking because like a little bit of anxiety and stress, but doing all the breathing exercise like really helped me like calm down my nerves, and I felt like really like better because I've been really stressed like for the past few weeks.
Wonderful. Thank you, Bisharo. I suggest if you want, you can take a moment to do a contract and relax and then allow the shaking to happen. Because often when the shaking happens is because there's so much energy stuck in the body that is like, how do you say, cocotte minute, you know, like this, there's so much of this that is stuck to this. So imagine if we hold it, when we start to shake, often what we do, oh my God, I'm shaking. So I tense even more. So I avoid the shake. So if you can take a moment to allow your body to shake, it's just an excess of energy.
I'm really trying to learn how to do that more.
You just need to relax. But for this, you need to take the time.
Yeah.
You just need to do, for example, a breathing exercise. You can be lying down. It's easier because then your body is free to shake and to be totally relaxed. You do either one of the breathing exercises we did or this contract and let go. And then maybe the shaking will already go away. Or it will have a moment to shake a little bit more. That means that I'm doing this to my energy and it starts to do this. So when I stop compressing it, you can see how the shaking will eventually go away. But giving it the space and the time to shake if it needs, it means I take away this pressure, this doing this to my energy, okay? Yeah.
Doing this exercise, it helped me calm down my nerves because in the beginning I was a little shaky and like a little panicky, but doing all the exercises, I was able to calm down my nerves and like relax a bit more. It was really good.
Perfect. So that was enough so that the shaking became less, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Great. Thank you, guys. Girls, chicas, like we say in Spain. Okay. So I'm thinking of the breathing. Okay, we're not going to do a silence exercise because, no, we are. Because then what we're not going to do, and this is something we can also use, is the body scan. We're not going to do it. You know why? Because you have an amazing guided body scan in your PDF. It's really, really good. It's just half an hour and it gets you connected to every little bit of your body and yourself and your being and the outside. So this is what we're not going to do. And what we're going to do is a silence exercise. What we said in the relaxation and recovering. So the level of bringing the level of relaxation up and the level of stress and pressure away from the body is the first thing. So this we need to do. And the other thing is to calm the mind. Fighting against the mind is very, I wouldn't even say difficult. It's just mission impossible. So don't ever fight your mind or discuss with it. You just bring your attention somewhere else. So there are different ways to do this. Either moving silence exercise, which means, for example, using the voice, so you can breathe in and then make a sound. Or you can do meditation. That's why people do meditation, right? To calm down the mind so the body can get in a state of recovery, relaxation, clarity, and everything. So I suggest we're going to do this last exercise together. And it's a very, very simple that we are going to sit with our back not touching the back of the chair. My feet are on the floor. So I'm straight but not tense. And I'm going to put my hands together, fingers together. And I'm going to look at these fingers. So my eyes will be constantly looking at these fingers. So I'm going to breathe in when I go out. So, and breathe out when I go back to the body. So in front of my chest, don't want to go upper than my chin. and I don't want to go lower than my here. So the circle is gonna go like this. I want to do the circle with minimum effort, so I want to relax even more and more. All the silence exercises, and this you will see a lot in meditation, mantra repeating and everything. The repetition, the constant and the same rhythm repetition brings silence. That's why it's used a lot in praying and things like this, okay? So this is what we want to get. We want to get a rhythm that becomes really like this. It becomes repetitive, slow, and constant. Okay, so we're going to look at the fingertips. Breathe out when I go away from the body. Breathe in when I come closer. And I make enough pressure in my hands, but I relax my shoulders. The eyes are used also because a lot of the noise, you can continue. A lot of the noise that we held in the head is connected to the level of tension in our eyes. So looking at your fingertips and relaxing your look. Inhale when I go away, exhale when I go back. So you need to give this exercise enough time so you go into this space of meditative space. Today we won't, but you have it also in your toolbox. It's a very simple exercise you can do sitting or even standing. Now you can drop your hands, close your eyes. Keep on breathing, relax, and notice the level of silence in your head. This was a very short time, but because of all the exercises we did before, this is more quickly, more powerful. Wonderful, you can open your eyes. Great, so I just want to make a last point about relaxation that I want you to really, if there is something you need to keep from this part, like with the breathing, with the relaxation and resting, I would like you to keep one thing, and it's there is watching TV and getting distracted or even sleeping are no substitutes for deep relaxation and silence. We often watch TV because it helps us get distracted with something else so we can stop our own chattering. But it's not, and you will notice the difference between how you feel after you've been watching TV or videos and how you feel after you've done 10 minutes of a breathing exercise, for example. It's very different. You feel resourced, you feel recovered, you feel more ready, you feel more present, you feel more clear. After being on YouTube videos for half an hour, you feel even more confused, more excited, more noise. Okay, so that's what makes, even if it got you distracted from your inner chattering, it just added to it. Okay, so don't confuse, even if it's totally fine. You can, I love watching movies, I love going out and having a drink with friends and talk. That's not, it doesn't mean that it's not good to do that. It means it's not a substitute. Okay, so when you want to relax, maybe if to get a better quality of sleep, for example, I do this, you can do anything. As I said, it's very personal. One of the silence exercise, you can do a meditation, you can do a guided meditation, you can do a breathing exercise, you can do anything. And then where you put your body in the state, when you go to sleep, the level of recovery you get in your sleep will be much, much better. That's a great thing to do before going to bed. Wonderful. So we have our last subject is to connect. As we said at the beginning, in order to keep your center, you need to be connected. And connected is, of course, to yourself. But as you know, we are part of the rest, right? So when I am connected to myself, magically, I feel more connected to others, to nature. I see what surrounds me. I feel what surrounds me. So being connected, it's very important to be in reality. This means that whatever you're doing, whatever you're facing, whatever you're going through, if you're not where you are, it's very difficult to get the action that is required. Okay? I give you an example. I had a fight with somebody. Okay? I felt very angry, like really angry. I was so upset. Okay, what I did is like, okay, I was like, okay, let's see what's going on. So I sat and I don't remember. I did some exercise, whatever it is. And honestly, it doesn't matter. Exercises, and I make a bracket here. Exercises are not by themselves the issue or the solution. Exercises are bridges for you to get from here to here. And that's why the exercise itself is not so important. And that's why I don't agree to this guy who tells you this does this, this does this. For me, this is a mind talk. The reality is that you're here and you want to get here. So you take a bridge, and the exercise is just that bridge. So keep that in mind so you feel free to use whatever you need and works for you. So an example, I was angry, right? So I was like, okay, I want to check in because I was in the middle of all it. So I sat down and I stopped myself and I got connected with whatever bridge I chose at that time. And when I checked in and I connected to myself, surprise, surprise, I felt so much pain. Actually, I noticed I felt hurt. I was being angry instead of allowing my pain. So, can you imagine how much it can change your life if instead of getting automatically angry or automatically closing yourself up or whatever you do automatically, I get angry automatically. That's my thing. I'm the best at getting angry. But some people just freeze. Somebody's telling you something and you feel angry and you want to respond, but you don't. You freeze, for example. We all have our ways. So instead of going automatically into this thing, if you take a moment, connect with yourself, then you can connect to what really is going on. And then suddenly I realized, funny, I feel hurt. So when I go to speak to this person again, just imagine how different it was from being automatically angry to expressing how hurt I was and how the relationship can be totally different. And same can be with anything like this example, okay? So connecting with yourself is the first starting point to anything. I need to make a choice for the career. I need to make a choice. Do you want to participate into this championship? And you're like, yeah, because that's what I'm supposed to say. But let me check in first. Maybe it's yes, but I want to have a yes that is full. Check in. And then you make your decision. So for making decisions, it's very important. For this, please try the body scan meditation, which is really, really, really a deep connection with yourself. I have to take a decision. I take half an hour, lie down, don't think about it. Just lie down and follow the instructions. When you stand up after the meditation, then you think about it again. There are other ways of connecting. You can also, when you're walking in the street, I put here mindful dancing, walking, swimming. It means that you connect with your body when you can play some music, close your eyes, breathe, and start to really listen to the music, and then allow the music to move your body. And then you are moving mindfully, okay? And then we got also to the stopping movement training. You can also watch the video. It's a fantastic way also to undo automatic behaviors and bringing your own connection and your own way of feeling your body and being connected to yourself and to your own movement, your free movement. Okay, that was a lot of talking. I hope that was interesting. I hope it did get you some insight on how, I would say, the place of the body into stress management, and how, if you look at it in this way, like we've seen today, how it is, I would say, impossible to go through life if we don't somehow, and I wouldn't say impossible, I would say impossible in a healthy way, and bring our full potential. If we put aside the body, I would say there's no chance. We can go through things with a lot of suffering and a lot of difficulty, and wasting our energy, wasting our time, and that's wasting our life, really, right? Because if we are not being centered and being where we are and doing what we are meant to do, and that demands that we're checking in all the time, then yeah, maybe after 10 years, I realized I'm in a relationship I didn't want to be in. And I lost maybe 5 years were good, but I lost 5 other years. So that's okay. But the more we connect, the least we lose our energy and time that are precious. You're young now. And I remember older people telling me this before, but you'll see how at some point you realize, wow, this goes really fast. And then you start to appreciate more your time, your energy, and where you put your attention. So hopefully these tools help you for this and dealing with all these exams and all these things you have to go through that put so much pressure. Any feedback, anything you want to ask me or tell me?
First of all, thank you. Sorry, I put my video back on. Thank you, Tal. That was amazing. That's all
Thank you.
I'm saying. I'd love to hear from the ladies here and see what they thought about it.
I thought it was great. It was amazing, and I definitely want to look at the other videos because oftentimes, like when I'm about to do something, whether it's like a test or whether it's like a tournament or anything, like you feel so much pressure in your chest, and it's like, you know, I'm scared, or like it's like I'm nervous, and it's like so many emotions going through your head. And it's like, am I gonna be able to do this? And like all these thoughts, and it's like affecting your body and your mental state. So it's like I'm like, oh my goodness, you know. But instead, like with these breathing exercises, I feel like everything just empties out of my body, and I'm like, okay, you know, everything is fine and I got it. So I could focus on something that I really want to focus on instead of all these questions in my head. So I think that was a great experience, and I'm so glad to have this, you know, tools, like you said, in my toolbox. So that was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm really, really, really happy that you could, you know, see the importance and the impact of all of this. If there's anything you want to ask me, more tools or any specific tools, don't hesitate. I'll be super, super happy to answer or to guide you through any other tools that can help. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Milan, we haven't heard from you. Do you have anything you'd like to share? What did you think of the workshop?
Can you hear me? I think I
Yeah.
right button. Okay, cool. Okay, good. So yesterday I had a test, and I also found out my brother had to get surgery, so I've been feeling a little bit stressed and kind of sad. So I feel like I've been holding tension in my shoulders, so I was able to let go.
Awesome.
And it felt good. I
Great.
still feel calm. So
Don't hesitate, Milan, to use any of the exercises to give your body the space to deal not only with the stress, but with the worry you have for your brother, that you can make space for that in your body.
Mhm.
Great.
What did you think,
Yeah.
Cindy?
I really liked what you said about connecting. I think that's something that I want to do more with, like, especially with making decisions or just checking in with what my life looks like, who is around me, do I like that? Even talking about like what your reactions are. Like, I think for me sometimes it's freezing, and then just trying to understand, like, do I feel connected with myself, and what sort of decisions am I making and why, so that I can do everything that I do with like full force or more confidence in that, and to just know that like I'm my center and to be there more often. So yeah, I really like that. And yeah, again, like I also agree with what you were saying about relaxation is a distraction. So sometimes I want to like just light a candle and be in my room, but then I'll think, oh, but it's the same if I go hang out with a friend or if I watch YouTube, but it's really not. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great example. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad it helped. It helped that you could see your own reaction, and that's something I thought of working with it, but it's another level. Hopefully we can meet another time and we could work with automatic reactions and find which one is ours. So I'm happy you noticed which one is yours, your typical one, which is to freeze and stay there, right? So you can also work with that and unfreeze through breathing and through even movement and music. Maybe light a candle in your room, play some music you like, and then allow your body to and freeze through the movement and your breath, and then allow all the energy to flow. Wonderful. Thank you.
Bishara, did you want to share any last thoughts on the workshop?
I really enjoyed the part that she was explaining how, like when we're all stressed and like we're overwhelmed, our mind goes on overload. So like we try to distract ourselves with our phones or YouTube or watching movies and stuff like that. And I do that all the time because sometimes I just don't want to think about things. But I've learned that's like not a long-term solution. And like it's that 1 hour will go by and like I won't think about anything. But then after I finish something, I start overthinking again and my mind goes on overload. So those breathing techniques and like letting your mind go and like relaxing like really helped me. And I'm gonna start doing that more and like save these YouTube videos and do that anytime I'm stressed instead of trying to like bury my stress with other stuff.
Yeah, great way to put it. Bury the stress. Exactly. That's what we don't want to do. Fantastic. Really put with really clear words. Thank you for sharing. And don't ahead, if you don't remember the exercises we did or something, you type breathing exercise and you find your own. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Tao, so much. That was really great. I think I'm going to try the breathing thing that makes me cry again before I go to bed. I love that one. It's like some weird natural high or something. It changes my body from just. It's a quick way to connect, to get from that breathing to the connect. So I really,
so
I love
simple. It. So simple, so powerful. And there is this one on my YouTube, breathing Tahona Santana YouTube, and you get this guided. It's Daniel guiding. So you just have to follow the voice. I use that a lot because I find it difficult to meditate in silence. I think it takes a lot of, I do now, but it takes time. So any guided meditation, guided breathing, guided something, use it. And there's so much out there for free. So great. Thank you so much. I enjoyed so much. I had such a great time. I could keep on going.
We would love to. I would love for you to keep on going. No, that was really, thank you so much. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope you've learned a tool or a trick to calm you down. I know I have. And I know this is kind of like going back, but if I knew some of these, just one or two of these tricks when I was like 17, 18, maybe life would be a lot different now, but it's better late than never.
Yeah.
I'll let you, like, the world gets noisier, ladies. It gets noisier. It's going to get noisier. Your lives will be more full. You will know more people. You will have more connections. There will be more issues. You will own a car. You will have a house or pay rent. You might have a pet. You might have a partner. You might have a child. Like, it gets so noisy. So to be able, I think it's to be able to start learning how to quiet the noise a little bit, and what do you say, finding your center now, I think is something that's really good. Because it gets a lot. And then you think, one thing I feel too is that, like, I don't have time for this. It's like, that's something that's good. I don't have time to do anything good for myself. You think like, I don't deserve to sit down and just breathe. I don't mean like that, but you're like, I don't have time for that. That's not a necessity. My necessity is I've got to finish this document, really. But you might have a break time soon. So it's finding that time. And it's reminding me, there's a book called The Artist's Way. It's if you want to be a writer or anything artistic. It's a great book. It's like a 12-step program. And one of the things I find, which is interesting about the connecting back to what Timmy was saying, you were saying, is that she talks about going. One of the things she says is at the beginning, she gives you an exercise every week, right? So you do 12 weeks. And one of the things is, like, the first thing you have to do is promise to date yourself. You have to go on a date with yourself once a week. Whatever it is, if it's going to sit in a park with a nice cup of coffee and your favorite book, that's your date. If it's going to go see a movie that you want to just see by yourself, that's your date. If you want to go, but you have to have a date with yourself. Be kind to yourself, treat yourself, get the fancy coffee, get the fancy snack, go to like an exhibition maybe you wouldn't think of going to. And I think
I've been planning that, but I've been putting it off to take myself on a date and then just like go to a restaurant and sit by myself.
Okay. Buy yourself the flowers and go first to the restaurant 5 minutes before, put them on the table, then come back and go, oh my God. But I think that's a lovely idea, Simi. That's
well done. Yeah. I want to add something because you just brought up something really important. So the I don't have time thing, that's a typical thing. So don't like, be kind to yourself also when you go in there, and notice that the mind is the boss. Whenever you do a breathing exercise or you do a silence exercise, the body becomes the boss. So the mind doesn't want that. So she will convince you that you don't have 10 minutes, which it's stupid, it's absurd. You do have 10 minutes. Every day you have 10 minutes to breathe, but the mind will make you feel as if you don't. So don't worry, because don't be hard on yourself if this happens, because it's not just you being stupid, like, I do have time, but I never take it. It's okay. Just notice how your mind has so much control over you that it makes you believe you don't have 10 minutes a day. I mean, and it happens to me, honestly. And then the day went off and I'm like, I didn't do even one breathing exercise. So I would say I love the thing of taking the date with yourself. I think we all should do that. Buy flowers to ourselves, go on a date with ourselves. And I would say, and take profit, give yourself a date every day to your body. So we're always giving our mind. So say every day, I'm going to give my body 10 minutes. That's every single day. And you don't let your mind get involved in there until you do not have time. You're like, it's not for you now, it's for the body. That would make a difference, because it's also a muscle to train. We're so trained to be here that training to be in the body, there will be resistance. There will be so much resistance. 10 minutes seem like impossible, but that's the resistances. So the more you take those 10 minutes, the more you can make the passage from the mind to the body and from the body to the mind, and become more at ease with it. And then you might need less of an exercise, and you become better at centering yourself without the need to do an exercise, for example. So train the muscle